What's up, everybody? How are you doing? How are you doing? Try to just fix our camera here. Keeps me a little bit big. Okay, let's see. How are we gonna see the comments here? Okay, so we're gonna have to turn the phone this way. Philip Holbrook, Random Country. What's up, everybody? Yeah, this is weird. Can't read the comments and see both of us at the same time. That's kind of weird. I don't know how to work YouTube. I'm new to this. So, let's try it this way. Okay, dokie. How are you doing? Got an arm rotated device. Let's see. Let's just start. It won't let me start. Okay. Oh, I'm rotating it. Sorry, guys. What the hell's going on with this thing? Okay. So, we don't have a laptop. So, this is as good as it's going to get. We're working with the phone, and for some reason it won't let us turn our phone sideways and record, so we're just kind of going to have to keep the... Hello?
It's cool,
Hello?
we'll figure it out.
Hello?
And
Hello? Alright. Let's get some chats here. This video is kind of self-explanatory, if you can see the title there. Let's try to get some more people in here, and address the matter. Can you scoot over a little bit so you can see? So people can see who's here. Yeah, so we're just chilling, waiting some more people to get here. And here we go. What's up, April? How's it going? So we want to talk about, as usual, Ironton Police Department. Main lead Chance Blankenship. What's up, everybody? What's up? You know what's happening. You know. So there is an article that I want to read to you guys here.
that's not...
I know. And actually, I have it on my phone here. Let me just grab that. And so, Chance Blankenship, Ironton Police Department. A lot of you guys might be from Ironton, so y'all probably already know this. But this was disconcerting news for me because I had no idea. The guy that's been, harassing women, stalking people, lying on official police reports, Chance Blankenship, among other Ironton police officers, and apparently cops all over. Well, we didn't either. So, I'm going to read it to you. I just took some screenshots of the article here. I'll show it to you. So this guy, I'd like to have more details about this. So anybody who knows what happened can reach out to me. I'm on Messenger, TJ Lyons. Also, you can email me. My email will be in the description of this video. And so let's just go here. So it says that he crashed a school bus, injuring 12 students. My question is, how do where do they get these guys? You know, where do they get their certifications? I guess Cracker Jack box, maybe. You know, that's my guess, because from what we know, none of these guys are certified. None of them. You know, so, and is this it? No. Can't go to my gallery because it just has ads that interrupt everything. There's always interruptions there. See, like, you can't see the chats unless you push the button. Right's on. What's up, man? Hey, so if any guys haven't already subscribed to Right's On, that's Right's On with a flag. It's the American flag. Awesome content. This guy's got a great channel. I support him 100%. He speaks nothing but truth as per his perception and evidence that he gathers. You know, he's a good guy. So here we go, fellas. Chance Blankenship. Okay. Here's the article here from when it happened. This guy's fairly young. I'd say he's in his early 20s. Yeah, I'd say he's in his early 20s. And so this happened. I want to read this. I'm just going to read it so I don't get any facts wrong. I don't want to be the person to spread misinformation. It says, Ironton, a Collins Career Center student charged causes a South Point school bus to overturn. Now, Collins Career Center, no doubt that's where this guy started school to become a cop. They have a law enforcement program there. And, you know, it's kind of like high school, like an early, you know, not college per se. My guess would be that half these guys didn't go to college. And who am I to judge them, because I never went to college either. I was arrested and thrown in a cage before I ever had a chance. Got my GED in prison. Says a Collins Career Center student charged with causing a South Point school bus to overturn, injuring about a dozen students. He was sentenced Wednesday in Lawrence County Common Pleas Court. Chance A. Blankenship, age 18, so this was probably, 5 years ago? About just enough time to finish police academy and learn how to rough people up. Chance A. Blankenship, 18, of County Road 5, Kitts Hill, Ohio, pleaded guilty to an amended charge of assault before Judge Charles Chuck Cooper. I remember him. Anybody remember Chuck Cooper? Cooper Court? They had Cooper Court and they had Capper Court. Capper Court is like Chesapeake, it's Lawrence County. It says he was charged. He was initially charged with vehicular assault and operation within a willful or wanted disregard of public safety. It says of persons or property. Disregard of the safety of persons or property. The vehicular assault charge was amended to assault, and the other charge was dismissed. Now, if I caused a school bus to wreck, driving dangerously, or I don't know, I wasn't there. So let's just say that he was disregarding laws, maybe speeding, maybe he tried to pass the bus full of kids. Maybe he thought he was cool and he was just going to pass the bus because they were slow and they were stopping in front of him. I don't know. But I would say that he tried to pass the bus, or he was in the wrong lane and caused the bus to have to go off-road because the bus was turned over and several students were injured. So it says the charge was amended to assault, and the other charge was dismissed. Blankenship was sentenced to 180 days in jail, but 135 days were suspended. Wonder why that is. I wonder why. I've never had a judge go easy on me when it comes to driving recklessly, which I've never had a charge for that, but I've never had a judge go easy on me in traffic court. Usually it's $50, $100, $150 fine for a little charge of speeding or whatever, and you just pay it and you're done with it, because who wants to fight these guys? We've been doing it for quite some time now, and I'll tell you, it's rough. Makes you feel like an outsider, like a public enemy number one, which, you know. It says the vehicular assault charge was amended to assault and the other charge was dismissed. Blankenship was sentenced to 180 days in jail, but 135 days were suspended, leaving him with a 45-day sentence. And that's all it has. So I'm assuming that he just did the 45 days in jail. I don't know. Did he even do jail time? I don't know. It says here that he did. So this was out of the newspaper, the local newspaper. Line family benefits. Yeah, man. I mean, we know that he has a brother that was probably already in the police force at the time. And if not, then, you know, there's been allegations made about some of the members of their family and some of the, you know, the activity that goes on there. I'm not going to speak on that because I don't know what's true and what's not, and I don't want to slander anyone. But let's just say that maybe his dad had some pull with the police. Maybe they were, you know, okay with whatever it is he was doing, and he had friends in the force. And just turn your phone horizontally. Yeah, to Shanta, I tried that, and then all the comments go sideways. So I have no idea how to change that. Maybe you can give me some advice. I'm new to the YouTube thing, to the live stream thing. I've had several failures. As far as the live streams go. Can I get the pretty lady on the camera? Yeah. So we've been reading up a lot. You know, waiting to see if we're going to have help regarding courts, and fees, and such things. But we're not going to lose hope. And we got all the faith in the world, so maybe, you know, maybe things will work out. And definitely kind of taking this thing on our own at the moment. We're going to go and we're going to file complaint forms. I want to say Monday because I have to work tomorrow very early, and I want to go on a weekday. So it's probably going to be Monday afternoon. And I'd like to go early in the morning because I'd like to catch Pam Wagner, you know. And I'd like to see, you know, how she treats us when we come there with literally a novel of complaint forms. Like this, we've got a stack of papers this thick. So, and we're not afraid of being prosecuted for false information because all the information that we're submitting is true to the best of our knowledge, and we have video evidence to back most of it up. So that's that. Pam, save your threats, lady. You know, we know you're crooked. We know you're corrupt. You admitted on video that you threatened her with arrest for filing a false complaint when you sat and you watched the body camera footage, which you don't have anymore, surprisingly. Not surprisingly, but yeah, sarcasm. Oh yeah, so there's more chat. So, yeah, Shirley Z, we definitely are. I mean, it's the only way we know how to be. What's up, Linkster? Linkster 420. So, you know, and this is what we're dealing with. Guys like Chance Blankenship, you know, and now we just happened across this information. I remember, you know, Chili DeCastro mentioned this when he was in Ironton investigating, and people were, you know, bringing some things to his attention. And all right, buddy, Right's on. All right, man. Yeah, Right's on. He's working on a video, I believe. And if you haven't already subscribed to his channel, go there. Right's on with a flag. Go check it out. He's got some really good content. You know, he's not afraid of the Blue Line Gang. Neither are we. So, Sarah does have PTSD from just, you know, all the crap we've had to deal with, and it's, you know, it surprises me that we don't have more support, because, You know, we reached out to a guy because he told us he was a constitutional law professor. You know, we had faith in that. We didn't question it much. I watched a lot of his videos, and you know, he really seemed to know his stuff from what I saw. And hey, he still knows more than I do. So, and so far, he hasn't not kept any promises as far as what he said he's going to do. He hasn't really had the chance to, but you know, we're gonna stick in there, and we're gonna remain unbiased as far as what everybody else is saying. And yeah, we were told professor, but I'm pretty sure wasn't it the law professor? Yeah, I think we were told Professor Shonda. But that's, like I said, that's not the issue. What he told us was that he would come here and he would confront the pigs, to quote him, and that he would get us some random country song.
Hey girl.
Hey April.
Good to see you.
And that he was going to help us get a lawyer, and that we were going to sue their asses off, in his words. What happened was he came here and he confronted the cops, and people saw it. We shared it with a few people, and I shared it with a couple of people. My friend Chad, I'm not going to put him on blast, but I know he's going to be watching this. And Chad got the word out to a few other people, and next thing you know, Ironton residents are coming out of the woodwork with stories of harassment, assault, malicious prosecution, rape. I mean, some of the things that we were hearing were absolutely disgusting. Beth Rist, that poor lady, you know, she stood up for the truth. She put her story out there, regardless of the reason. She put her story out there, and nobody supported her. That woman still sits in Ironton, and she feels alone. She feels that any day someone could come up to her house and just open up fire on her house. Like, you know, I know she's got cameras in front of her house, so just keep that in mind, fellas, when you think about that. You have to take care of yourself, stay safe. That's true. Surely that's true. And that's the realization that we've come to, that, you know.
You can't, you know, expect somebody that helps you to do it for you. You know, you have to do it too. You have to put in the work to get it done. You have to face all the ridicule. I mean, it's great to have help, but, you know, if you're doing something specifically for you and your rights, you have to put yourself out there too in order to, you know, uphold everyone else's. Like, they're your rights.
Yeah, Linkster 420, that's the truth, man. People are really distracted by all the drama and, you know. But like she was saying, you know, when you pray, do you expect God or Jesus to do all the work for you? I mean, you know, he'll be by your side. He'll help you. He'll be there for you, with you. But you have to do the footwork. You know, you can't expect too much outside of yourself, because you're going to be sorely disappointed. But, and there's another thing I want to address while we're here. Well, you know, we got 20 people watching. I'm sure 300 or 400 people will see this. You know, I've held my tongue as far as the Ironton auditor and kind of what I see him doing over there in Ironton. You know, I've told him that, you know, we love him, man. We think he's a great guy, and that's still maybe, you know, that's yet to be seen. I've made a few comments on some of his videos, you know, voicing my concerns as to what I see going on, and truly concerned about the guy and whether or not he's being used. He was very defensive. Hey, you know, I'm not sure who you are, man, but if you live in Ironton, then you know, yeah, she really was. She, you know, is about as good as they get. She was very understanding officer, Beth Rist, and she She really stood up for the community whenever she could. You know, she wore a wire on some of these guys that she knew were crooked. She wore a wire on them just for hours and hours and hours.
Can you imagine how
The fear.
that had to be horrible? Horrible.
And, you know, those tapes do exist, and they're being gone over with a fine-tooth comb. I spoke to someone about that today. I'm not going to reveal any more information on that, but yeah.
Howard County Observer said, what did he miss a second ago? Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. We're just kind of touching base on a lot of things.
If you weren't here at the beginning of the video, Howard County, we just kind of, we wanted to expose Chance Blankenship and his vehicular assault that got dropped down to a regular disregarding traffic laws or some crap. Wow. This guy wrecked a school bus and injured about a dozen students, from what the newspapers say. And then maybe a year, 2 years later, he's a cop. Running around the streets of Ironton, harassing young ladies, putting his hands on chicks, telling them to step out of the car. Like, why is it that this guy, every time he pulls over a young pretty woman, his first thing is, hey, step out of the car? Tashanta, I would love to be able to do that, and I've really tried. Like, this is literally the only day I've had. It's very hot out there, guys, man. I've been at work. I've been down in a hole with a metal wall around me, baking like I'm in an oven. I do a hard job. I build swimming pools during the summer, and I come home and I'm just, man, I hit the pillow. That sun takes it out of me. It really does. You have rights, cop have duties. Change will come, or people change takes place.
Yes, it does.
You're right, it does.
Rome wasn't built
Sometimes
in a day.
not fast enough for me, but, you know, I try to be patient, and I try to let things play through. But, you know, we got 2 years to get this lawsuit underway and get this stuff going. And not that I want revenge, but I want justice. I want to see these guys held accountable. Like you know, I want to see them pay for the shit work they do. Like, they pay for, like, you know. Look at what they did to Chile, man. You know, everybody, you know, they get me wrong. I don't follow anyone. I'm not a follower, just plain and simple. People keep saying, you know, that guy you guys follow, or your fearless leader, or, you know, we respect Chile, man, for what he had the balls to come here and do. And we told him he was taking on too much. He got defended, you know, he got offended at that. He got defensive. He didn't like hearing that, because to that guy, you know, nothing is too much on his plate. He got really offended when I said that. Dude, you took on too much too fast. How dare you say that? That's a stupid thing to say. Well, you know, maybe he thought that was, but that's him. That's how he is. You know, we don't have the means. We're just in a place in our life where we don't have the cash to do what needs to be done. So we were really excited about that, and we look forward to it. And you know, there's a filing fee, and you know, we might have to retain an attorney. Hopefully, that's another thing. Sarah spoke to an attorney's assistant today. They're going over the videos. You know, they went over the incident with CVS, and they were really appalled by what they saw. However, said that there wasn't enough evidence for them to feel like that they could successfully pull off a lawsuit for us, because Gloria, you know, people say what they say, and maybe they have reasons for saying what they say, but we have nothing bad to say about Chile. I mean, you know, I've been mad at the guy a couple times, but I'm a grown man. Hey, you know, and it's like we yelled at each other for a couple minutes, and you know, big deal. We shook and made up. You know, I'm not into petty shit. I'm not gonna just hold. I'm not gonna hold a grudge. You know, just like I don't hate Terry Nip, even though I see him riding around in the police cars with him, and might as well be watching Cops, but without being able to hear what the cops are saying and what's actually going on. You know, Chad Goo, you'll probably watch this too. You know, Chad, I got the utmost respect for you, guy. In case anybody don't know, Chad Goo is Leducator on YouTube. I'm not promoting his channel. You know, if you want to see someone talk shit about Chile and train for an MMA fight that I don't even know is going to happen, then there's your channel. But I had the wrong idea. He told me, you know, I saw the name Leducator, and I was like, what do you think of when you think of Leducator? Leducator.
Pump some lead into somebody.
I'm gonna educate you with some lead. But he explained that the reason for that name is because he's a weapons instructor of some sort. So he educates people about lead, apparently. But either way, he's pumping lead. So there's that. Leducator. That's a pretty witty name, dude, bro. But like I said, I respect you as a man. But I can't respect you as a police officer because you're supposed to be protecting my community and you're supposed to be transparent in everything that you do and you're supposed to be standing up for people's rights. And you preach a lot about it, but when it came right down to it, I didn't see it. And, you know, the man stood right there and told me, you know, I don't want to take away people's civil liberties, but, you know, in the meantime, Sarah was in the back seat of her second cousin's police cruiser, cuffed up behind her back, developing bruises on her wrists, and about to have a freaking anxiety attack with high blood pressure. And the end result was that she fainted in the middle of the street, and the cops didn't know what to do. Blankenship said, "Oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do." And then that was the turning point. He started being real nice to her after that and started lightweight flirting with her. You know, we can go get a cup of coffee and hang out sometime for a half an hour or something, wink, wink. He literally said that to her right in front of me. We can hang out for about a half an hour one day or something, maybe. What makes you think someone's going to want to hang out and shoot the shit with you after you just freaking told your thug-ass buddy to cuff her up and throw her in the back seat of your car? That's like kidnapping somebody. And that's exactly what it is. It's kidnapping because there was no law for reason for it. They took her against her will more than 15 feet away in bondage and stuffed her in the back seat of a car that, I mean, she could barely move. And join Vegas Valley Community Watch. Live panel tonight, 8 p.m. You get on the panel and it will help grow your channel. Cool. I mean, yum. I'm not really about growing my channel, really. If it grows, and it grows honest. And you know, I watched a video today and AFA, you know, he's always been one of my favorite channels as far as, you know, watching somebody run up in the cop's face and have the balls to tell him, you know. But I watched his video today and it surprised me to see that he acted the way he did. You know, like I said, I'm not picking sides between somebody else's squabbles. It's just that when I see somebody going out of their way, associating with people that they don't even like, just for the sole purpose of going after some other person they don't like, it's connivery. It's like, it's like seeing Terry, you know, he called me one night, and I got this call recorded. And if I don't change my mind, I might just let everybody hear it. He called me one night, and he was just all dead set on just, we got to get this guy out of our town, talking about Chile. You know, we got to do something. I've been in cahoots with this chick, Kate, and these people, Tina Slay and her boyfriend, and they're, you don't even know, man. I was like, well, you know. And he's like, well, man, they're going to come after him. People are going to come after Chile, man. I know. Donnie Roberts is going to get Chile. Yeah. Donnie Roberts is coming after you. Then later on, he goes on a video of his and he says, I was supposed to tell you guys that Donnie Roberts is not part of the Blue Line gang. And, I was also supposed to tell you that, what was it? Oh, J. Spall Jarrett didn't resign because of Chile. And who told you to say that? Who is it that you're supposed to spread messages for, man? The Ironton Police? The Blue Line people? The Donnie Roberts? Like, dude, you're telling me everything I need to know about you. Just on your videos, and why no one else can see it defeats me mentally because I don't even want to go there. Terry got a lot of this started. No, what Terry did was he did an interview with Chili where he spouted out complete bullcrap about how he was cuffed up with his gun. He kept talking about his gun. And then he told Chili after the interview, hey, you should let me follow you around. I have a gun. And I can protect you, watch your back. So take from it what you will. But to me it looks like the Ironton police told this guy, hey, go get close to Chili, gain his trust, find out where he's at, report to us. Next thing you know, I am the new Ironton auditor. I haven't seen the guy do not one audit. Not one. I mean,
we're not out there auditing anybody, but
one time, and that's probably going to change. I work during the summer. I work every day. I work Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I work every day of the week, most weeks, to try to stay caught up. But it is what it is, man. You gotta make money. You gotta get out there and do your thing. And
he works. I DoorDash.
Which she doesn't do much of that because I won't let her. You gotta think, most of those DoorDashes send her over to Ironton. You think I'm gonna let her go over there by herself? Cameras or not. We've already had people come forward and say that Pam Wagner made them erase the videos off their phone. You think all those people are lying, Terry? You think your own people are lying? I see you doing more of taking up for the police and what they've done and trying to prove to people that they're not doing it than I do talking to the people, the victims of those same guys that you're taking up for. And you can't tell me you're not taking up for them because every time someone says, hey man, I wonder what rights got violated there on that stop, Terry's quick to defend those guys, like big time. It's disappointing.
I really feel like they're using him. They're using him, and Terry, I hope you see that because
I think I saw that, but I saw. Yeah, Howard County, he cop watches, man. He was standing, a good distance away, and doing that and calling it auditing, and now he's riding around in the front seat of the police cruiser signing waivers saying that he can't get out of the car. So, and aside from that, having meetings with Pam Wagner that no one gets to see, off-camera meetings and consultations with the police, with the very people that he says he's auditing. It doesn't seem right. Just something about that feels bad.
Audit. And he made the comment the other day, they're not responsible for people knowing their rights and something of that nature. Well, yeah, you kind of are.
Who lives in Ashland? Gloria? Terry told us he lived out in the country in the county in Ohio. Like out Kitts Hill or somewhere like that. Is that true? Does he live in Ashland? I don't know. He called us from an Ohio number when he called us. So.
I got nothing against Terry. I really think that, his heart is in the right place. Just don't let him get to you, man. Like, someone being in their face and just being there, reminding them that people are watching, that's already showed major change in the way they act.
Big time.
Big time. Definitely. Is it that all this, every story that got shared or every incident that got shared, nobody should feel sorry for what happened to the people that shared their story because they were on drugs or they were, from rehab or anything of that nature. Nobody should believe them and feel sorry because they did drugs?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't want to go into all that. You know,
it hurts me.
a lot of people in Ironton have at one point or another been addicted to drugs of some sort or another. I can honestly say that I believe some of the senior cops at one time were doing drugs. And that's not allegation. That's based on experience. I know people, man. I know. Initials MW. I know all about that. Your wife used to buy drugs. Dude, I know more than these guys think I know about them. I don't get into their business. I'm not out. You know, I was never out to expose corruption within the police department, you know, until they started messing with me. You know, they had done me dirty before. I'd been arrested under false pretenses. I had been stopped with a book bag before and told that I fit the description of someone that was breaking into cars, even though I had an empty book bag and I was going to get food that night. So, you know, it is what it is. They do whatever they want. They get away with it. And then you got somebody following them around, making excuses for them. You know, no rights were violated. Hey, they should know their own rights. I was told that. I was like, wow, you stood right here in my bedroom in my house preaching about how the people need to come together and stand up against these guys because they're so crooked. You know, I've got the phone call recorded where he called me and I told him, dude, Terry, I'm not afraid of any biker gangs. I had people telling me that they were trying to pay needle user, you know, drug addicts. What was it? $5,000. Mm-hmm. $5,000 to kill me and Sarah. Like I've got those calls recorded.
Over traffic stops? Like,
overexposing the
seriously?
police. Because people hold us accountable because Chili came here and blew the lid off the pot. You know, and he stirred it up until it stunk really good. And then, you know, we're kind of left here to smell it for the moment.
But right in front of everyone's faces that we're questioning if they're corrupt or not.
They pulled the sneaky little move. Let's set the guy's bond and say you're not allowed to go within 100 feet of the witnesses that were involved. The witnesses being the police. And then everywhere he goes, the police show up. And then say, oh, we're revoking your bond because you were around them.
Dirty. That's entrapment.
They did that in front of everybody.
Like, yeah.
Right there, blatant. There's your proof. You want to know if they're corrupt? There's your proof. Like, what else do you need? And then, you know, there's the videos, the countless videos. I've seen McKnight tase a dude when his hands are behind his back, begging the other cop to tell him his hands behind his back, when he was the one behind him and should have seen it in the first place. Still tasing him because he what? You get off on that shit. That's what I know. I know you dudes sign up to use those weapons. It's just like on that movie The Departed. They sign up to use their weapons. The only person more full of shit than a co-op is a co-op on TV. How are you doing? Come on, man. But like, you know, it's right in your face. The point is, it's blatant. It's right in your face. And, you know.
If people just think that it's normal, that's okay, because it's been going on for so long.
Terry asked me why I thought he had a bad rap. Because I told him that, recently I've been seeing the cops watching their P's and Q's while they're on camera. You know, I see them, you know, not pulling the dumb shit they were pulling before because they know they're being watched. And I'm positive they don't like Terry being there. But as long as he's there, they're going to use his channel to look like, you know, nobody thinks them dudes are heroes, and if they do, they're fooled. I mean, Legicator, dude, step it up. Step it up and prove that you don't want to see people lose their civil liberties.
Linkster, absolutely. That's what they wanted to do. That's exactly what they wanted to happen.
People, y'all do not know Lawrence County Jail. Anybody in this comment box that has ever been assaulted by a police officer behind the doors of that jail, put a 1 in the comments. And yeah, go like and subscribe to my channel and like the videos. Go for it. Help my channel grow the honest way. If you want to see my channel grow, help it grow the honest way. We're not going to take sides with drama and, you know, go out of our way to make videos about somebody else when we got our own bullshit to worry about. You know, we have our own situation that we need to tend to. And I'm sure that Chili does too, with all the people that are attacking him. And I mean,
we don't want enemies out of this, but it's too late for that.
oh, we're getting them. We've got people flipping us off, going down the highway, cussing at us.
Yeah, oh God, it is so discouraging sometimes.
This woman right here would do anything in the world she could to help anybody she could, even people that have slandered her, that have straight turned their backs on her. This woman's family has done her so dirty, and she still goes out of her way, man, every time she gets the chance. So it is what it is, man. She's never meant anyone any harm. And so, yeah, when she goes to Ironton and she knows that there's guys that are literally just out to get her because she spoke up against them, like, it's sad. She shakes. She literally shakes. She trembles like a leaf on a tree. Like, it's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. You know, Shirley Z, I'm not saying that I've never done anything wrong. I'm not saying that I haven't broken traffic laws, or that, you know, like that I didn't stop long enough at a stop sign this time or that time. But tell me this, regardless of whether I used my turn signal 100 feet before I turned, why, when that officer was sitting at the freaking car wash on 3rd Street and I passed and he saw us in our car, why did he immediately jump out 3 cars behind us and follow us and wait for us to turn so he could turn in and say, hey? He even went to the point of taking a side street and speeding down the road. Blankenship did the same thing. We got him on video passing us down an avenue and then turning, and he had to have sped like 50 some miles per hour down the 35 mile per hour street to be waiting on us to pass when we passed Fine Street, because we were going the speed limit. And when we passed him, he was already sitting there waiting on us. Boom, jumped behind us, followed us, pulled us over. Tell me that's not harassment, man. Regardless of the turn signal or the stop sign or the tag being covered or whatever they said. This cop said, hey man, I couldn't read your tag because the tag cover's too dark. And I've seen way darker ones in Ironton driving around every day, all day. Nobody ever gets pulled over for it. I ask people all the time, hey, has it ever caused you problems?
Yeah, but when I ran your tag, it came back to a tan vehicle.
How in the hell did you run our tag if you couldn't read it? It's freaking insane. These dudes are clowns. They think that everybody is on their IQ level, and that if, you know, like, no one's gonna get it, you know. It's common sense, man. If you couldn't read our tag, then how did you read our tag? It's wild. I don't know, man. I don't know. I didn't want this to be a freaking 2-hour-long video. I gotta get up at work early in the morning. We wanted to tell you guys about the Blankenship thing because it's just insane. How does a dude cause a school bus to flip over, injuring like a dozen kids, and then go and become a cop? Like, in my opinion, they should have kicked him out of vo-ed right then and there. He shouldn't even have been allowed to finish the class. Like, that's all right, Deshanti. You didn't miss much. We're just ranting. Like, you know, I just want to get some things out in the open. I want you guys to know that we're here. You know, that we're not just hiding under a rock somewhere. We are actually working on this case. You know, if there is a case. But Sarah's done nothing but, I mean, nothing, guys. When I say just completely devoted, I mean, this is what she does, people. All day, every day. These are the things she's doing. U.S. Department of Transportation, driver exemption. I mean, she's just going through laws and statutes and just requirements. Freaking Ohio revised codes. We live in Kentucky, and she spends more time going over Ohio revised codes than a freaking lawyer in Ohio.
Because that's the only place they fuck with me.
We don't get pulled over anywhere else we go.
Sorry for the F-bomb.
Yeah. Not sorry. Not sorry.
But in all honesty, man, I was grateful, and I remain grateful that Chili came here. I can't tell you the times in the past I've said, Oh God, I just wish somebody would go in there and give them the same kind of hell that they give everybody else.
Yeah, we watch auditors all the time on YouTube. We're like, man, this dude's got some big cojones to just run. Have you guys ever seen the dude that what's his name? CH&TY audits, man. Shout out to that dude because
Oh, we love your stuff.
what this guy does is he walks up to police cars and knocks on their window and says, "Hey, let me see your ID. You look suspicious. You know, why don't you want to show me your ID? That's suspicious to me." All you gotta do is just show me your ID and we'll let you go. All right, you're dismissed.
6 cops standing around your car. Oh, you look a little nervous. Well, I wonder why.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
Why aren't people doing that back? You know, this guy had the jump to go do it, and I love it. You know, it's not that I like to see people harass the police, but yeah, keep them on their toes. Show them how we perceive the way they treat us. You know, they don't answer to no one, nobody. The cops answer to cops, and cops protect other cops. So I mean, it's just nothing ever becomes of it ever. They get either a slap on the wrist or just let go scot-free, you know?
Like, everybody knows this area, if you've lived here your whole life, how messed up they are.
Linkster 420 said,
Like,
this is better than any of that crazy drama.
You can't, I mean...
Yeah, I don't watch it for
God
very long.
forbid somebody pull themselves out of a bad situation, whether it be addiction or financial, whatever, you know, no matter the thing, but there are, it's like the majority rules of, I can't tell you the comments I've seen from people that talk about, oh, that person that shared their story, you can't trust anything they say or believe anything they say because they do drugs and blah, blah, blah. Come on.
Hey, Linksters 420, hey, you're welcome anytime, buddy. You know, I don't know you, but you're welcome to message me. You know, drop me your phone number as soon as I see it. I'll write it down, I'll delete it, and yeah, sure, man. But mainly, if you do auditing, you know, we need more people here doing that because, I mean, you know, Chili put his twist on it, and he's an extreme guy. Like, I told him you were getting in a little over your head. I said, dude, you've got way too much on your plate. You're taking on too much, too fast. And he just got offended. He just wasn't trying to hear that. He was like, man, that's a stupid thing to say, you know. But that's Chili, you know. And a lot of people hate him just because they feel like, you know, when they're around him, they don't feel like, you know, he just don't treat him like they want to be treated, or he doesn't give them enough attention, or I don't know. I don't have nothing personally against him at all. Like, the only problem I ever had with him, I confronted him with my problem. We freaking talked it out. You know, that's it. I yelled at him. He yelled at me. Like, that was it. That was, you know, I lose my temper sometimes.
But still, he's the only person that has ever stood up to Ironton. Right in their face. Right up in their face.
Terry, you never confronted the guy. You were scared of, like, dude, I don't know, man. I just think you might be afraid. Like, you know, I want to tell you, man, don't be scared of them assholes, dude. Don't let them tell you how to conduct your stuff. Don't do it the way they tell you to do it. You're interviewing the police, asking them the questions that they want you to ask them, having meetings with the chief that you know is a freaking shitbag. I used to have respect for Pam Wagner. Like, you know, I thought I knew her because she had been a cop in Ironton for a long time, and I've had dealings with her, and she, you know, she never, I don't know if she arrested me once, her and Beth Risk, but she was polite, you know, as polite as I would expect a cop to be, and I had respect for her. And when I went up in there, I took my camera with me and I recorded, and she talked really, you know, professional and respectful. And then after that, Sarah got pulled over by Blankenship. Well, she didn't get pulled over. She was parked. And he pulled up behind her and he said, show me your ID. And she knew her rights. And she was like, no, what crime have I committed? Oh, you didn't use your turn signal back there when you turned right onto this one way. Even though I was on the left side of your vehicle 2 blocks down, there's no way I could have seen your turn signal. So she knew it was bullshit, and she wasn't going to submit to bullshit. So, I mean, what's wrong with that? You going to let somebody push you around because they got a badge? And she told him, shame on you, man. He said, well, you kind of made it a little more than it had to be. She said, no, you did that. Shame on you. Because she stood up for her rights. Guys, if we don't stand up for our rights, they're just going to assume that we don't know them. And if you don't know your rights,
you don't have them.
Everybody knows you don't have any. That's just the way it works, And the police, have you ever heard any cop ever say anything good about the Constitution during a pullover or a... No, I haven't. I mean, let me know in the comments, guys. I want to know. Has anybody ever heard a cop stand up for the Constitution? Because all I've heard is bad things. I heard Akers say regurgitating that Constitution crap when they were arresting me for saying that I know my rights. And I didn't, Throw mama from the train. Can you scoot over here, bitch? Scoot over here.
What's the...
Throw mama from the train. That was great.
John Candy from National Lampoon's Vacation.
Maymous.
Yeah.
Stop. I can't help but laugh at it because it was so freaking just...
It was comical.
It was comical. She's a character. She's like...
It was comical.
It was like a bunch of okey-doke, corn poke, hokey-pokey cartoon characters. Like, most people, they don't know this is real shit going on. Like, we're real people. And these cops are real. They're out here really, really fucking people over. And I'm going to say it.
It's like...
Horrible.
For every
people.
Story that got shared from the area, there's probably 5 more just like it that haven't came forward yet.
But you're gonna have to get in this camera because you're just... see, like that little skull right there is talking to everybody.
Peekaboo!
So, yeah, and Goo, I want to say this. Chad Goo, he, I can't say he's a bad person, man. I see the guy's got a family, the guy's got a kid, he's got a wife. She's a little timid. Looks like maybe she doesn't get to talk very much. I don't know. I'm not going to speculate, but, I would respect him a lot more if he actually did what he said he did and respect people's rights and, really care about our civil liberties. But I saw the opposite. The only time I've ever dealt with him, I saw the exact opposite. He stood there and he explained and justified the actions of 2 punk cops that just wanted to put handcuffs on my girl. And, I'm going to take you out. You're going to get your seatbelt off and you're going to shut up. And we're going to go back here away from your camera and we're going to work it out. And fucking, we're going to talk like men, Fucking without your old lady bumping her gums and interrupting over top of me. And then, what was it? What was he said? I don't like trying to be talked over to. Dude, that don't even make no sense. Like, literally, if you know how stupid you sounded when you said that. Or, what was the other thing that
obstructing my investigation.
I thought I had the freedom of speech, officer. Well, yeah, well, we do. But when she's bumping in and obstruction over obstructing my investigation, like just trying to pull the words out of his freaking... Dude, these guys are so horrible. Like, just take the badges off, throw them in the freaking floor, and walk away while you can, because we're suing we're suing the shit out of you, dude. Period. Like, I hate to be that way, and I hate to make it sound like I just want to just hurt somebody or go after them. Or it's not like it's their money.
We want,
I want training for these dudes. If they're gonna stay on the police force, I want to see better training. Like, I want to see. I want to see these dudes conduct themselves like the men they say they are,
and to be the heroes that they claim to be.
I don't, when they take the uniforms off, they're human. But when they put that uniform on, I hold them in higher regards. You know, I have a funny. I think that when a cop breaks the law or when he intentionally does something unconstitutional, that he should be held 3 times more accountable than the average citizen, because the average citizen didn't swear an oath to uphold the law or to protect the Constitution. And you know, you're operating in an official capacity, man. You have to hold yourself to a higher standard, which I'm sure you all do, but you don't behave that way. You think that you're better than everybody else, but you don't behave better than everybody else. So I said, "Wow, Tim, you're very tough." Buddy, you know, I am tough. I'm a really tough guy. I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot more than you know.
What a comment.
But hey, it is what it is. You know, I'm not working out and doing my push-ups on camera. You know, I'm not recording myself at work with my shirt off, showing everybody how pumped I'm getting to go take on the Ironton cops. And so, yeah.
I was scared to death.
I'm not bragging about how tough I am, dude. It's just that that's how these cops act. That, you know, they walk around with their knuckle gloves on, you know,
like
fidgeting and stuff. Just can't wait to put their hands on you. And I mean, it is what it is, dude. It is what it is.
It takes 3 stops, or 3 police for 1 traffic stop with 1 or 2 people in the car, and they're all just so eager for some freaking action that they all show up.
And something y'all know about me, guys, I have Tourette's. Like, I know people joke about that a lot because whatever, but I have Tourette's syndrome, so, you know. I'm a little tenacious at times, and but I don't claim to be some big tough guy. I don't claim to be anybody's savior or whatever. People make the stupidest comments. I mean,
that's not our. It ain't about, you know, being
Chili being our savior and
tough,
our fearless leader.
No,
I don't follow
no.
him. He's, you know, I gotta respect the guy because he had the balls to do what none of you guys had the balls to do. Like, you know, and man, I respect these auditors that get out there and do what they do, because they're not doing it just to show people that they can bully a cop around and get away with it. And it's not about that to them. They're like, you know, they want to prove a point. Is that how many times have the cop just said, "Sit right there," and just talk to you like a dog, and then you know, how many of you would tell him, "Dude, no, I'm not your dog"? And how many of you wouldn't get slapped around and thrown to the ground, you know, because of that? You know, I'm just speaking from experience here, you know.
That's one of the main reasons we, you know, continue to pursue making videos and sharing our story with people, because if any of us had tried the shit that Chili did, every one of you know we'd be under the jail.
Yeah, and they tried.
I mean,
like I said, man, that shit was crooked. Kevin Waldo is
Jared?
definitely corrupt. We were proven. You know, we proved that.
Like,
I mean, you know, yeah, Chili took the hell off and got away from here. But you know what? I wouldn't go to court either if I'd have pissed the judge off that bad. And honest to God, you know, what they did to him was kind of what kept me, you know, on his side and behind him. Because, wow, man. How are you going to set a bond for somebody and then say the conditions of your bond is to not go around the people that I'm about to send everywhere you go? And you know, I blame Pam Wagner for that crookedness. That was Pam. When he showed up to the Ironton City Council meeting, who showed up right after he did? Who called him there? You know, and around that time, you know, Terry was already plotting against Chili and doing all that, because he was calling me, trying to convince me that I needed to help him get that guy out of our town. Like, why, dude? That guy is like exposing the cops that are hurt. I mean, they're hurting people. They're killing people. You Y'all think the Ironton Police Department's bad? Go to the Sheriff's Department. Stick a microscope up their butts. You're not going to like what you find, fellas. You're not going to like what you find. I know for a fact they strap people to chairs in that place right off where the camera can't see, and they tase you while you're strapped to that chair, and they do worse. I've had it done to me. I've had it done to me while I was coming off of drugs because I was addicted to opioids. You know, I didn't use needles, but I used to take a lot of pills, and I was addicted. You know, my drug dealer was my doctor. And you know, and I went to prison for selling the pills that the doctor gave me, and I did almost 5 years over that. And you know, I've been changed since, yeah, because you know, you learn, you get some time to reflect. You know, not many people ever actually take the time to humble themselves and reflect on themselves and like, you know, what part do I play in my life? You know, how many people have I hurt, or how many people have I stepped on to get what I want? Or that's something that people don't take into account when they think about someone who's in recovery or someone who was a former drug addict, is that maybe they know a little more about life than you do. Maybe they've experienced a little more and been in a little more tense of situations than you have, and they had to come back from that. So, but yet, you know, if you got a record and the cops know it, they think that you're just trashing, that they can just do what they want to you. And let's face it, people, they don't think that we have like, it's just, I can't even touch on it. It's just so crazy that one person would treat another person that way. You know, you take a woman up by the chains on her wrist that you just strapped around her wrist and pull her by the chains to your car because she said, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Or, hey, I can't help that. You know, I asked that cop, what should I do? Should I get it changed? Should I call the B&B? Yeah, I would do that. And also, I would, you know, like just trying to escalate it into a reason that he could put his hands on somebody. It was just, from the get, it was just retaliation. If you can't see that, then you're blind. The dudes, I mean, were far beyond retaliating on us at that time because for the past 2 years, you know, every time they see us, they jump behind us and then they write us a ticket for some crap. But, okay, so even if we didn't use our turn signal 100 feet prior to that turn, why did you follow us all the way across town before we turned and wait for us to turn so you can jump on that opportunity to pull us over? What did we do to get on your radar besides go to the police station and say, hey man, saw you pick my wallet up, I'd like to have it back, please? And you know what? Those cops know that they know that Dollar General doesn't have a camera on that side of the parking lot because that's where they meet their informants, right there, on the side of Dollar General. Matter of fact, McKnight was talking to a woman in a white minivan the day he pulled into our parking spot and picked my wallet up. That's why we were watching him. That's why I saw him do it, because I was already wondering what the heck he was doing, who the heck he was talking to, you know. So, and we caught him red-handed in a lie. Stealing. Like, that's freaking disgraceful, man. And I can't take these dudes seriously. I just can't. I can't be afraid of them like your boy over there, you know, because just I know too much. I know too much already. You know, I'm not gonna try to embarrass nobody or I know too much. I know the crap you guys do, man. I know people in Ironton. I know people that you've done it to. I know people that have been doing it with you, and it's horrible. You guys are awful, awful. To call yourselves police officers and walk around with your heads up. You know, look at Blankenship when he's on camera, when Terry's over there recording. Notice how quiet he is. Notice his head is always down. Shame on you, man. And you know it. Shame, shame, I know your name. But yeah, that's it. That's all we wanted to talk about. You know, the guy turned over a school bus. He hurt 12 kids, and then he moved on to become a cop a couple years later. Where do they do that? Where do they do that?
Cirque du Soleil.
Ironton, Ohio. Clown shoes, man. We're out of here.
We love you guys. We'll try to keep in touch, keep you updated.
Yeah, we love y'all,
keep
man.
your
Thanks for
heads
viewing.
up. Exercise your rights, or you're gonna lose them. Don't let them win.
This place is tapped. I'm out.